Hey everyone, it's Eric Zorn from ICM 501, Module 4, Viral Video Campaigns. So the two campaigns that I've chosen, the first one being for the corporate marketing viral campaign was the men's body wash and deodorant by Old Spice. And the second campaign that was the accidental viral video that ended up turning out to be a positive outcome was with Ted Williams, the golden voice man who went from homeless to famous. So to start it off, the Old Spice Smell Like a Man campaign, where they said smell like a man, started in February of 2010 and was designed to introduce the product line of men's deodorant and body wash, both old and newer scents. It wasn't a specific scent. And this was due to the fact that many women were the ones buying body wash and deodorant for their male partner, and the products tended to be more womanly because of that. So, in the stars below, in this one of the studies, it says that a key insight team uncovered that women were responsible for more than 50% of body wash purchases. So that entails both for themselves as women and men. Um, and the Old Spice team designed the campaign to stop the purchase of women's products used by men and for the men to have scents of their own. So obviously these scents were directed only toward the men, and therefore the campaign took a very manly, masculine approach. The company portrayed this message by including a quote such as "Anything is possible when your man smells like Old Spice and not a lady." And the first commercial aired directly before the Super Bowl in 2010 and became a cultural phenomenon. So here's an example.
Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. But if he stopped using lady-scented body wash and switched to Old Spice, he could smell like he's me. Look down. Back up. Where are you? You're on a boat with the man your man could smell like. What's in your hand? Back at me. I have it. It's an oyster with 2 tickets to that thing you love. Look again. The tickets are now diamond. Anything is possible when your man smells like Old Spice and not a lady. I'm on a horse.
So did the campaign work? The answer would be yes, and the campaign for the company worked tremendously after the first commercial released and created a trend of multiple commercials to follow it. There happens to be 2 actors. An example of what made the campaign unique is what the Old Spice man would do. He would respond via video to his fans and people questioning his product, and the way he would do this would be by using Twitter. And the company had responded actually to hundreds of questions within the first week and had received a fan viewer base of over 56,000 people after the first commercial or 2 aired. What made this successful? The most successful thing, as you can see by the commercial that you just viewed, is the pitch and tone and body image of the man, of the actor that is playing the man. And the first guy, whose name is Isaiah Amir Mustafa, had a witty attitude and sold the audience with much success of his manly, humorous attitude with the kind of bizarre type commercial that you would view. However, it was catchy, it was quick, and sold the product very well. On day 3 of the campaign, video views had jumped from 150,000 directly after the first video, had jumped from 65,000 to 150,000 views, and on Facebook, their follows had gone from 500,000 to 800,000, purely because of this first commercial that had aired. By the end of 2010, Old Spice had become the #1 selling brand of body wash for men in the United States, and today Old Spice remains the #1 brand channel on YouTube. Old Spice had used 2 main actors over the progression of their commercials, and has still shown the public the same wittiness and product image in their marketing. And in fact, if you have seen some of the more modern Old Spice commercials with this campaign, they've become even more bizarre and catchy because it's unusual to the viewer to see whatever they have going on in the background of the video while still maintaining that manly image of the product of body wash and deodorant. And here are a few pictures of the progression of the Old Spice commercials. As you see in the top left and the bottom right, these 2 are the first actor. And these are some of the older commercials, or the original. And as you can see here on the top right and bottom left, is a more bizarre type layout of a commercial. Second is the Golden Voice, who otherwise is known as Ted Williams. His career started with him being homeless on the side of a highway exit in Columbus, Ohio during January 2011. And motorists driving by had seen the sign reading, "I have a God-given gift of voice. I am an ex-radio announcer who has fallen on hard times. Please, any help will be gratefully appreciated," with a smiley face. "Thank you, and God bless you. Happy holidays." The sign and his voice had received tons of attention over the few days he had been standing at the intersection, and Williams had mentioned that his family had given up on him and that drugs and alcohol had taken over his life and that he wanted to make a change. Gaining popularity, his voice had been noticed by many news stations, and then was hired for voiceovers by the Today Studios and Kraft Macaroni and Cheese as two major examples. So this is an example of a man who originally had a career, hard times fell upon him, and unfortunately he remained homeless for a small bit of time, and by viral videos and the internet of people recording and taking pictures of him, his voice was discovered, and then an amazing discovery had happened by media and marketing campaigns to help him get some jobs back and be able to market some products with his amazing voice. So here's his story in a brief video. And this again was shot in 2011 on the side of the intersection in Columbus, Ohio.
Of a great voice.
Hey, I'm going to make you work for your dollar. Say something with that great radio voice.
When you're listening to nothing but the best of oldies, you're listening to Magic 98.9. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. And we'll be back with more right after these words. And don't forget, tomorrow morning is your chance to win a pair of tickets to see this man live in concert. I just said, well, hey, but the voice just became something of a development over years, and I went to school for it. And then alcohol and drugs and a few other things became a part of my life. And I got 2 years clean.
He called me on my birthday. He didn't even know how old I was. He's telling people I'm 92. I'm not no 92, I'm 90. He lost a good job. He destroyed his family through drugs. So I prayed and prayed, but I always said, I guess my prayers wasn't strong enough. It never got through to him. And I went out there, and they're talking about the man with the golden voice. I said, who is that? That's your son. He come from a nice family, and then he went poor, poor. So maybe this will build him up.
More right after these words.
So, at the end of that video, you saw his mother speak, and she was surprised to see what he turned into. So, did he reach success? Within months, Ted Williams became famous and had become a huge success in the media and within the marketing industry, being asked to participate as a voiceover and announcer for multiple different stations and products. And he was quoted saying, "I am having the time of my life." Along with the other successes, Williams had also landed a $300,000 book deal. The title is named A Golden Voice, How Faith, Hard Work, and Humility Brought Me from the Streets to Salvation. And the book had been released in May of 2012. As you can see, there's a picture of him at the bottom, I guess in a recording studio, ready to do a voiceover or a campaign. So these are two examples of how the media and the internet can take both marketing and accidental occurrences and turn something great out of viral videos. And it's true that not every video you intend to be viral will go viral. Sometimes it just happens out of nowhere, but these are two great examples of how not only the country but the world was able to see something take off and work in a positive direction for both a company and for an individual. And here's my works cited. Thank you very much.